My name is Stephanie Burton, and I have about 6 job roles and responsibilities. I come to you today, I'm a student, I'm a mother, I'm a maid, I'm a taxi, and I'm a wife. I stand before you today as a student enrolled in Mrs. McKenzie Communications class. Today I'm going to be sharing with you about a topic that is considered time management, something that we all struggle with on a daily basis and strive to live with sanity. How many of you ever feel like this? I feel like I'm hitting the escape button all the time, but I can never escape. Did you know that there are 168 hours in a work week? To balance that time, we desire to use our resources to make all these things happen in 168 hours. Do you ever remember a school offering a class on time management? I don't. Time management is a skill that not one teacher ever teaches you in life. You learn it through experiences and trial and error. Mine was probably more error. Regardless of intellect or intelligence, it's crucial to organize the information well enough to take it in, to understand it, and implement it. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, but if procrastination keeps you from doing that, then the knowledge that you use is useless. The stresses of everyday life can be overwhelming. Let's take a look at the definition that Collins English Dictionary defines time management as: the analysis of how working hours are spent and the prioritization of tasks in order to maximize personal efficiency in the workplace. Now, I don't know about you, but as a college student, I would say that workplace is not the only area of time management that we deal with. Issues of involvement, multiple roles and multiple role strings have long been of interest in social scientists. As I mentioned, I have 6 full-time jobs, and I do experience multiple role strings. If I were to participate in this study, this is probably what they would find. Some of the core competencies to being successful at time management consist of things like personal mastery, technical skills, interpersonal effectiveness, flexibility and adaptability, creative thinking, and customer service. Yes, I said customer service, because if you are a wife or a mother or an employee or just a full-time college student, you have to work with people, and customer service is kind of important. Good time management is of the utmost importance as you strive to reach your goals. How many of you make to-do lists? Before you can decide what to put on that list, here's a couple of questions that you might want to ask yourself. What do I need to do? When do I need to do it? And how do I do it? Answering those questions as it relates to time management can fall into what I think of 3 categories: organizational goals, professional goals, and personal goals. As you will see, achievements and relationships can fit into any of these 3 categories. I believe that time management just doesn't encompass the workplace. It also includes your relationship. When trying to decide what to do, some of the things that we might need to do is set some boundaries. We have to learn to say no, and sometimes that's hard. We also have to ignore the unnecessary and avoid excessive perfectionism. Then when deciding what to do, we should look at our requirements and check our list, estimate the time that a project might take, and maybe establish some priorities for that. Then it's time to make a schedule. Planning calendars are available everywhere. Computers and cell phones have them. They're free resources. It's wise to use them. Make your list. Minimize your transition periods. Combine some activities and make a contingency plan. Always have a backup. Then, when deciding how to do it, organizing your workspace is key. My mother used to always say that there was a place for everything and everything's in its place. It's not that way at my house. Avoid clutter and be comfortable. To use some effective procedures, technology, there's so much advancement out there. And then establish some good work habits. Keep your to-do list visible, track your achievements, and reward yourself for accomplishments. I heard it said once that I was going to write my dissertation on procrastination, but I could never get started. Multitasking. In March 2008, Time Magazine wrote an article on digital age and multitasking, and let me see if I can summarize this for you. The Internet's generation's capacity to participate in multitasking, such as instant messaging, cell phone conversation while listening to an iPod, using Google to research a PowerPoint presentation, shuffling among open screens and windows, talking on cell phones, emailing a Word file to a colleague, all while watching this week's episode of The Office on TV, is taking multitasking to a new span of unprecedented levels. Multitasking can be very effective in time management if you can handle it. Not all can. Most of us here probably do a good bit of multitasking. Now, I did not say that that was productive multitasking. A study done on gender differences by the Department of Psychology in the University of New Orleans stated that there are gender differences in the abilities to multitask. I'm not going to address that with you today, but just know that gender research has been done, and there are reasons to prove that. So now that I've given you some pointers on time management and organizational skills, I want to turn your attention to stress. You must be able to develop and recognize the ability to know when enough is enough. How many of you ever feel this way? How many of you ever feel this way just from time to time? Or all the time? Did you know that people can make you stressful? And did you know that your attitude can make you stressful? And your attitude and people have the ability to add to or take away your productivity and time management. Close your eyes for a second and think of that happy place. You know where you want to be when things are so stressed? Because along with life comes stress of everyday living, and the learning to categorize levels of stress comes, it carries an important value when you talk about time management. Let's look at a few stress management suggestions. Reducing school and workplace stress. Be a team player because relationships count. Show enthusiasm and learn all you can learn. Lifestyle stresses. Develop a sense of humor and associate with positive people. And creating healthy stress breaks. Exercise, hobbies, quiet time, and sometimes just closing your eyes and counting to 10. Attitude can reduce stress and allow better productivity of time management. You choose the consequence when you choose the behavior, and there's no right way to be wrong. Your willingness times your ability times opportunity equals results. So whistle while you work. Love life, whether it or anyone in it loves you back. Learn to love what you say, what you do to achieve outstanding success. We all feel a little dwarfish from time to time. So today, whether you're feeling like sleepy, dopey, sneezy, grumpy, bashful, happy, or not, strive to achieve the max that you can do. One last thing, spiritual balance. Whether you believe in Jesus Christ or identify with another form of religion, a good spiritual balance can be the difference of maintaining sanity in your life of chaos. The term that we've coined as time management is an aspect of every breath that we take. Charles Richard quoted, "Do not be fooled by the calendar. There are only as many days in a year as you make use of. One man gets a week's value out of a year's worth, while another man gets a full year's value out of a week's worth." In conclusion, life presents opportunities, and opportunities presents goals, and works that presents stress. Therefore, time management is an important key to this concept that we call living. Today, we've covered a few skills and key elements, such as developing a strategy, setting goals, and maintaining levels of stress. There are tons of time management self-help books available, and you probably have one laying around your house. But if you don't implement the method, you cannot expect the results. As I've shared a few ideas on time management and stress in your own life, maybe you can walk away today feeling revived and renewed, ready for that next challenge facing you on the other side of the door. You are writing the story of your life one moment at a time. So that's what I do.